Please like and subscribe for more tutorial for beginners. New videos every day.
Alright, so once again, hello guys and welcome back to our course about increasing your store sales and conversion rate. In this class we are going to talk about colors and presentation. So until now you should have a good idea of what apps to use to increase your conversion rate. You know the difference between, well, you know what's a conversion rate and what are the ways that you can drive sales. And also you should have a good knowledge about apps that can help you drive some more sales to your store. About conversion rate, in this course we are going to talk a lot about colors, and we're gonna see one example at the end of one store that I like a lot. It's a brand that is well known by everybody. So let's start. So when we are talking about using the right colors, the first thing we want to know is why it's important to choose the right colors. So why is it that important? First of all, if you have too flashy colors, your consumers will feel, how we can say it, your website will not be friendly, will not be user friendly. People will come on your website. If it's too flashy, people will not be aimed to sell, to buy your product. They will not be interested to buy your product. Same thing if the store is too dark, it's the same thing. People will come on your store. The background of everything is too much depressive, and people will not be aimed to buy your product. That's why you should choose your colors wisely depending of what type of store you have. If you have, for example, a travel store where you sell, let's say, travel t-shirts, well, definitely you should have a lot of colors on your store. More images, I'd say more images, and colors, not that much. You need to use colors that are expressed, for example, blue, yellow, white, like beautiful colors. For example, if you have a store that is talking about fitness or gym, you want to use more dark colors. You want to have white, but you want also to have black, gray, red colors that represent more the gym. For example, the gym or any fighting sport. For example, once again, it all depends of what type. The colors that you're gonna use will depend of the type of store that you have. But the colors that work the most, well, for me, was I have some colors that I use that worked great for me. The effect of using bad colors, well, as I said that a little bit earlier, if you're having bad colors on your website, this will make a website not user friendly, and a website that is not user friendly, well, people will not be interested to buy products on this kind of website. People will come on the website, they will think that it's a scam. They will think that this website, the products are not high quality, because if you put a lot of colors, people will not necessarily be interested by a lot of colors. People want something simply presented, simply made. Because if it's too much complicated, people will not be interested anymore by your product. Last thing, what are the right colors to use? For me personally, I have three colors: white, blue, red. Why the white color? Because white, you can use it, for example, you have a black head of your page, you can put a white background. I always have a white background, never a black background, never a blue background. The main reason why is because it's very friendly. If it's too much, if the website is too much dark, for example, use dark blue color, dark green color, or black color, it's not user friendly. This means that your text has to be in white, and once again, it's very hard to make something that is user friendly this way. When it's white, the screen will be more bright, and the colors will be more beautiful. The blue, it's because for me, for example, what I find out with blue is that it brings not peace, but it brings a like security. It gives the users of the website the sentiment of security. For example, when you go on a website and well, it's blue, well, let's say the background is white, and the website, you have the header that is blue, for example, it brings a sentiment of security. Well, for me personally, and I read also about this psychologically, and what it will help. It will tell. Well, it will not help, but people psychologically will think that the site is secure. If the site is secure, the people will be more able to make a transaction on this website. And the last but not the least, the red color. Why the red? Because red brings a sense of urgency. Well, when I'm going to use when exactly am I using the red? For example, I'm planning to make a flash sale, or I'm planning to make a sale. I'm gonna use the red button, because this button, people will come on the website, they will see a beautiful website, a bright website, a website that brings security, because I have blue, I have white, and they'll see the red color. Red color will bring the sentiment of urgency, and with this sentiment of urgency, people will be more tended to buy your product. One last thing, the blue color, it can be a dark blue color. It has to be a bit bright blue color. You can also use green. Blue and green can work together. You can also use, well, gray is also possible, but what I suggest is really blue, white, blue, and red, really for to make specials or to give announcements. Let's look at an example that I really like. It's about Dell. So as you can see, that's their website. So as you can see, the background is completely blue. Well, here it's a picture. As you can see here, the background is completely blue. The head of the website, is completely white. The head of the website is blue. So as you can see, you come on the website, and the first impression that you have of the website, it's a secure website. So the website is secure, the products are well presented. So let's click, for example, on a product. Also, the gray here, what it gives, one last thing, what the gray here on this picture gives the website, it gives a prestige, it gives like some prestige to the picture. So you can see the computer here, just a little gray around, well, it gives more prestige to the computer. Well, let's look at one of their products. So as you can see, once again, here you have the product. The way it's presented, as you can see, when they want to recommend something, it's in red. Same thing here, how much you save. So you buy your product, you think that's the price, and they tell you, oh, you saved this. And because of the red color, you're like, wow, I'm saving a lot of money, I'm interested to buy the product. So when they want to drive your attention to something, they're gonna use a more flashy color, for example, the red. So as you can see, the head of the website blue, the background white, and when they want to drive your attention to something, it's gonna be red. And as I said before, green is also a great color. Like, it's a color of peace, it's a color that brings security, not as much as blue, but once again, it can drive your attention because all the colors are those colors are different, and green will drive your attention. Also, what we can see on this website, it's that everything is very simple. So as you can see, you see your product, you simply have to click on the product, and that's it. It's very simple. You don't have to look for a product or whatever. It's really well presented. You have the computer, you have the specs of the computer, you have the warranty, you have everything you want. And for the colors, as I said, that's the colors that you have to use. It's not complicated. You don't have like 25,000 colors. You have 4 colors. You have white, you have blue, you have red to drive your attention, and green. So as you can see, 4 colors, and their website is amazing. It's Dell. It's a beautiful. It's a big brand, and they have good products. So that's it for me, guys. So if we make a quick summary of all this, first thing, very important, you guys have to use not too much colors. not a little bit of colors. You have to use just enough colors. 3 to 4 colors is perfect. You can't use too flashy colors. You can't use too flashy or too obvious colors. For example, when I say flashy colors, can be like really bright red, for example. This makes no sense because people will not buy your product once again because it's too much in their face. Same thing, you can't use, for example, bright yellow. It will not work also. What you can do instead, it's placing, for example, well, if you want to make a countdown or whatever, you can do it. It will bring a sense of urgency, but never make your background, for example, red or flashy yellow or any other type of colors. Background always a bright color. It can be gray, it can be white. Bright colors. Your letters, your text it has to be like in black. And for the rest, try to use blue or green. Green can work. This type of green can work if you use it on your header page, but I suggest blue. And red to present all your specials and to drive a sense of urgency. So that's it for this course, guys, and see you in our next class.
Alright, so once again, hello guys, and welcome back to another course of our class about increasing your store sales and conversion rate. So in today's course, we are going to talk about the creation of a sense of urgency. What does it mean, creating a sense of urgency? Well, the best way for you to drive sales to your store when you have a lot of traffic in it is really creating a sense of urgency. This way people will want to buy the product. So let's look how it works. So first of all, what does mean a sense of urgency? A sense of urgency is, for example, let's say you are going to a store on the Boxing Day. You have a sense of urgency because you know that the Boxing Day is only one day. It will last one day, and the sales, even if the price is not dropping that much, you have a sense of urgency and you want to buy products. Why? Because you know that the sale will only last one day and it only happens once a year on the Boxing Day. Same thing for the Black Friday. Same thing if you just go in a store and they have a flash sale of, for example, let's say 1 week. You'll have a certain sense of urgency because you will know that the sale will end in 1 week and you don't want to miss it out. You don't want to miss it out, so you have a fear of missing it out, and that's why you will have a certain sense of urgency and you will be more tend to buy the product even if you don't need it. So our goal right now is really to recreate the sense of urgency directly on your e-commerce or your website in general. So the first thing that you can use to recreate this sense of urgency is, first of all, creating sales. So you have to, let's say, make a product 10% off, and when you create your sale you need to put a deadline on your discount. So let's say you have a 10% discount. If you let this discount here forever, well, people will not buy it because they don't have the sense of urgency. They'll tell themselves, okay, I'll come back tomorrow, I'll buy the product tomorrow, well, I'll come back in 2 days or in 3 days or whatever. And because they don't have the sense of urgency, they will not buy it right now, right, like on the spot. But if, for example, you say this price is only available for the next 12 hours, people will be more tend to buy the product because they really don't want to miss out the sale. And especially when people like the product and people are really interested by the product, they don't want to miss out the sale. So there is more chances that those people buy the product that you are selling. Second thing, running daily deals. What does it mean? You want people to come back to your store. So if you have only one sale per year, yes, you will have a lot of sales at this particular moment of the year. But if you have daily sales on different products, the consumer wants to come back each and every day to see on what you have sales. If you have, let's say, every day a 1 hour sale, so let's say from 12 o'clock to 1 p.m., you have a 1 hour sale, and no one knows what's gonna be on sale at this time of the day. People will come back each and every day and look on your website to know what's on sale, and it will drive them a certain sense of urgency because they only have 1 hour every day to make the purchase. So once again, you can run, as I said, daily deals on some products, never the same product. always you need to make a variation on the products on which you do the deals. So let's say you're selling clothes. One day it's gonna be on pants, the other day it's gonna be on joggings, the next day it's gonna be on t-shirts, the next day it's gonna be on hoodies. So it's always different products that have a certain sale, but you have sales every day. Third thing, reinforcing urgency on the cart page. What does it mean? What always happens in store and what I see on stores of a lot of my clients is that people, well, consumers, when they come on your website and let's say they take a product and put it in the cart, well, they shop, their cart is full, but then they just, when they arrive at the checkout, they just don't complete the transaction and just leave the cart here. The cart is abandoned. So what you can do to prevent this from happening? So when people are getting to the checkout, you need to create a second sense of urgency at those people's. How you are going to do this? I'm using personally two ways to do it. Showing that quantity of the product is low. Why will I do this? Let's say the person chooses, well, the person is on your website. Let's say chooses a pair of pens, and this person gets to the checkout. If the person is not sure about if she wants the pens or the person doesn't want the pens, what's gonna happen is that this person will look for other websites before coming back to your website and maybe buying this pair of pens. But if you show to this person that you have only, let's say, two other pairs left or one product left, what's gonna happen is that this person will be more stressed, and you put on her a certain sense of urgency. And if the person will understand that if she doesn't buy the product right now, well, the person will not be able to buy it later because there is no more product available. Next thing, reduced price. So let's say the person buys a certain product, and when it reached to the checkout, the person sees that there is a price reduction on the product. Let's say it's a price reduction of 5%, and you can write down flash sale. You have a reduction price of 5% if you make the purchase in the next, let's say, 10 minutes. So the person will really feel a sense of urgency if this person makes the purchase in the next, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes. This way the person will get, let's say, 5%, a 5% additional discount on the product, and you will be almost sure that the person will complete the transaction to the end. Also, another thing, well, the last thing that you can use and that I personally use for my client stores is showing out of stock products. What does this mean? Is, let's say you have 10 products on your website. One of your products has to be shown as sold out. So if you have sold out products, you can't just take them out of your store. You need to keep them there. So this way people will see that there is a lot of purchases made on your store, and that if they don't buy the product right now, the product that they like will go sold out also. This is why it's important for you guys to show all the products that are out of stock. So to complete what I just said, the sense of urgency is something that is very important for you guys to put on your website. If your consumer or your visitor that came on your website to visit it don't have a sense of urgency, well, there is not that much chance that this person will make a purchase. Even if your product is high quality, even if the person reaches the checkout, if you want to maximize your chances of the person to make a purchase, you will need to add a certain sense of urgency. This way people, if you put pressure on people, not too much pressure, because too much is like not enough. If you put too much pressure and you put pop-ups everywhere that says buy now, the person will not buy the product and will just leave forever the website. But if you offer quality product and you put just enough pressure on visitors when they are visiting on your website, you will be able to drive more sales. Once again, you can use those strategies that I just showed you to create a certain sense of urgency on your website. But I really suggest you to have really high quality products. You need to have a high quality product and then use this technique, because this way people will really feel it. If they buy one product from you, they come back on your website. First of all, they like the first product that they bought, and then they come back on your website, they want to buy more. And if you create a certain sense of urgency, well, you are almost sure that you have another sale that is just completed. So as I said, guys, use these 4 techniques, and I'm almost sure that you will be able to increase your amount of conversion rate for your e-commerce or your website. So see you guys in the next class. Alright, so once again, hello guys, and welcome back to our course about growing up your conversion rate and your sales on your e-commerce. So today's course will be about the importance of social media. The main goal of this course is really to give you a quick introduction to why social media is so important, especially if you're starting out in the e-commerce world, and explaining to you why social media can be used for you to grow your business. So let's start. So first of all, why is social media that important? If we think of Facebook, Facebook is a market of around 2 billion people. So there is 2 billion people on Facebook right now. So if you are able to reach even 1% of all those peoples, you'll be a millionaire. This is why social media is so important. Social media gives people the ability to talk between each other, but also right now you are able to put ads on social media, so you are able to present your product to everybody. You can do this on Facebook, you can do this on many other social medias. So the main reason why is that it's so important right now, it's because it gives you access to a huge amount of consumers, and what you can do with all those consumers is just amazing, because you can directly contact them, you can put ads that are perfect for them, you can really target the right audience for your product, and especially with Facebook right now. What social media should I use? Personally, the social medias that I use right now for brands and to promote products for my clients will be, first of all, Facebook. Facebook, as I said earlier, it's 2 billion of people, so it's very easy to target the right, well, it's not easy to target the right audience, but you can do it. When you find out the right audience, after that it's really easy to scale up your ads to be able to really target only this audience. The best way to do it is really to open up your ads, to create an ad, to select to create different peoples that you want to select. For example, you selecting from people from 20 years old to 25, then you selecting from 25 to 30 years old, then from 30 to 35, then from 35 to 40 years old. Once again, you select all those peoples, and right now I'm making it very simple. You can use social, you can use the status of the people, for example, are they married or no. You can use, for example, if they're a man or a woman. You can target older people, younger people, you can target everyone. So when you created your groups, you simply post your ad for all of those groups, and the ad that works the better for the group that this ad works the better, this will be the group that you want to scale your ads on. So for example, your products sold, let's say, 5 times in the people between 20 and 25 years old, so you will scale your ads on this particular group of people. And if you see that it's still growing, well, you know that your population, the people who want your product, are between the age of 20 to 25 years old. So that's one little trick, but once again, as I said, it's I made it really simple. It's a bit more complicated than this. I suggest you do more researches about this, but this is the proper way to really use Facebook with Facebook ads. Second social media that I use is Twitter. Twitter is like a Facebook, a bit smaller, but it's like a Facebook. Also Pinterest. Pinterest, we can have a huge amount of traffic from here too. The only thing is you have to post pictures. So the pictures that you post on your e-commerce, you have to repost them on your Pinterest account. And last but not least, Instagram. Instagram also is part of Facebook, and it's a huge market. So if you are able to master Facebook and Instagram, you can make a lot of money just by using both of those. Um, One last social media, it's like a bonus that I can give you, and I really suggest you to use it. I personally am not a professional of this social media, but I have friends that are using it to make promotion, and they are doing really well. It's TikTok. It's a new brand. It's like an Instagram but a bit different. And right now it's just started out. It's like when Instagram started out, everyone who got in Instagram when it started out have now accounts with millions of people. It's the same thing with TikTok. Right now TikTok just started, and it's a great way to invest. It's a great investment of you to try to understand how TikTok works, and try to promote your business on TikTok. Again, it's a bit different from Facebook and Instagram. It can't be that professional, and if your business is really professional, well, it's gonna be a bit hard to promote it on TikTok. But once again, if your business, it's let's say about let's say an e-commerce about traveling clothes, well, it's gonna be very easy to promote it on TikTok and have a big audience because it's new. How can I use social media properly? So the first way that you can use social media is really to find and engage with consumers. So let's say, for example, you have consumers, you can directly communicate with them by Messenger on Facebook, because you have right now a lot of add-ons that you can make to your Shopify store, and people can connect and talk with you directly on Messenger. Well, talk with your business directly on Messenger. So it's really a great way to engage with your consumers. Also, you can do the same thing on Twitter. On Instagram, people can comment on your pictures. Same thing on Pinterest. So as you can see, it's really a great way to engage with consumers. And yes, you can find new consumers by using social media, because let's say people like your picture on Instagram, people will repost your picture on Instagram. Same thing on Facebook, they will share your picture on Facebook. And what's gonna happen is that more people will see your picture, and it's like an organic growth of your post on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever. Then paid advertising. As I said before, you can this strategy, why it's good, it's because you can target really the right audience. The first thing that you want to do is find who is the right audience for your product. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna divide your audience. Let's say, as I said, once again, that's a really basic example. Let's say you divide it by age. So you're gonna create 5 or 6 groups of age, and the group that buys the most your product is your target audience. You're gonna target this audience, and you will slowly but steadily expand your ads investment in this particular audience, and in the end become an authority in your brand. Let's say, for example, you are selling phone cases. In the beginning, you will be let's say nobody, because no one's know you. But if you grow a huge Instagram page, a huge Facebook audience, well, that you want it or not, you will become an authority in your field, not because your product is somehow special or whatever, but only because a lot of people saw your brand, a lot of people know that you are selling this type of product, and a lot of people will use you as reference because you are backed by a lot of people who bought your product before. This is why you are becoming, when you are using social media, it's possible for you at the end to become an authority in your field. So as I said, guys, social media really important to be used in the e-commerce world. So if you ever start an e-commerce, it's very important to use it, not only for ads, but really to create yourself a certain image on the social media. This thing will bring you new consumers, because when you will have an authority on social media, this thing will help you out with having more sales. Your conversion rate will raise a lot, because when, for example, you have 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 followers on your social media page, people will see that this brand is somehow a quality brand. People will associate the number of followers with quality brand. So this way you will be able to drive more sales, and also your conversion rate will become even more big. So that's it for this course, guys. and see you in our last class.